Yo, what's good YouTube? ZAMCRO here, aka Scoot, back with the International Draft Masters Season 4, and we have the finals, where we have Ben taking on Volume. Ben, coach of the Twickenham Passimians, and Volume, coach of the Arizona Dactyls. So these two fine gentlemen have had completely different seasons. Ben dominated all of his season, having only 2 losses on the regular season, and defeating our 3-time champion in the semifinals. So fantastic squad. He also defeated me in week 10. And yeah, Volume started out 0-4, but he won 5 of his last 7 in the regular season, and then took down me in the quarterfinals and Oin in the semifinals. So now both of these two gentlemen are going to be playing in the finals. We have the Twickenham Passimians, consisting of Aegislash, Tornadus Therian, Infernape, Nidoqueen, Snorlax, Slowbro, Alolan Persian, Florges, Araquanid, Leafeon, and the Mega Garchomp, where the Arizona Dactyls, coached by Volume, has the Mega Lopunny, Zygarde 50%, Jirachi, Suicune, Togekiss, Tyranitar, Rotom-Mow, that is, Alolan Marowak, Venomoth, Piloswine, and the Sandslash. So this game, via matchup, is pretty fair. Like, both of these guys have some pretty fun squads. I actually have both of their squads that we're going to be going into the game with, so let's go over that real quick. So Ben has a Rocky Helmet Slowbro, defensive, nearly max HP, max defense, with Psyshock, Scald, Calm Mind, and Slack Off. His Slowbro is a Salicberry variant with Protect, Belly Drum, Earthquake, and Return. Jolly natured Snorlax, so that's going to be some heat. We've got the Gracium Z Tornadus Therian with Hurricane, Heat Wave, Grass Knot. My dog's barking. 1 second. Anyways, back to the Tornadus Therian. Hurricane, Heat Wave, Grass Knot, and Taunt with the Gracium Z. Timid nature, very complex EV spread. I'm not sure what those EVs do off the top of my head, obviously. The Infernape is pretty straightforward, a timid, nasty plot variant with the Life Orb. And he's got the Fire Blast, Vacuum Wave, Grass Knot, and Nasty Plot. So he's got the Araquanid as well with the Sea Incense, Water Bubble, Liquidation, Leech Life, Icy Wind, and Sticky Web. And his last Pokemon, the Alolan Persian, which has put in work in this late season here, he's got the Darkinium Z. So he's rocking 2 Z move users here with the Gracium Z and the Darkinium Z here in the finals with Knockoff, Toxic, Taunt, and Parting Shot. Going to be a pretty fun match here. And Arizona, Volume's rocking a Leftovers Jirachi with Trick Room, Stealth Rocks, U-Turn, and Psychic, with a bulky Spadef Togekiss with Roost, Air Slash, and Defog and Wish. Pretty fat Togekiss there. It's very, very Spadef, bulky. He's got a Thick Club Alolan Marowak with Swords Dance, Flare Blitz, Low Kick, and Shadow Bone with the Thick Club Adamant Natured. Mega Lopunny's a Work Up, Drain Punch, High Jump Kick, Return variant with a Jolly Nature as well. Zygarde has the Yachi Berry with Coil and Dragon Dance, Outrage, 1,000 Arrows. Tyranitar is a Leftovers variant with Stone Edge, Crunch, Low Kick, and Taunt. So it's going to be a very cool match here. Definitely looking forward to it, and let's go ahead and hop into it here. Alright, so here we are with the game, and we just went over the squads. We know exactly what each player got. Just to recap here, Rocky Helmet Slowbro with Psyshock, Scald, Calm Mind, and Slack Off. Salicberry, Jolly, Max Attack, Snorlax with Return, Earthquake, Recycle, and Belly Drum. Protect over Recycle. You got the Tornadus Therian with the Gracium Z, Hurricane, Heat Wave, Grass Knot, and Taunt, Life Orb, Infernape, Nasty Plot, Fire Blast, Vacuum Wave, and Grass Knot. Nasty Plot, Grass Knot, Vacuum Wave, and Fire Blast. Yes, that's 4 moves. Araquanid has the Sea Incense with the Sticky Webs, Liquidation, Leech Life, Icy Wind, with the Darkinium Z on the Alolan Persian, with Knockoff, Toxic, Taunt, and Parting Shot. Volume's got the Trick Room squad with Stealth Rock Jirachi, Trick Room, U-Turn, and Psychic. The Roost, Wish, Air Slash, Defog, Togekiss. Extra longevity there. The Alolan Marowak has the Thick Club for more breaking potential. Looks like it's going to be like a Trick Room sweeper. With Swords Dance, Flare Blitz, Low Kick, and Shadow Bone. The Mega Lopunny has Work Up, Drain Punch, High Jump Kick, and Return. And then the Zygarde has the Yachi Berry, like I mentioned, with Coil and Dragon Dance, Outrage, and Thousand Arrows. Not too complex there, but very, very powerful Zygarde. Tyranitar is Adamant Natured with Stone Edge, Crunch, Low Kick, and Taunt. So this is going to be a fun match. I'm not sure exactly what their dedicated leads are. Yeah, I don't know exactly what they're going to lead with here. Definitely going to be some fun things going on here, though. For sure. For sure, for sure. So, if I was Arizona, what would I lead with? So, the Tornadus is a really nice lead for Ben. Ben is Checkmate, Volume is Arizona Dactyls. Just to clarify. So, I don't think Rachi's the lead. You might want to lead. Well, I guess Sticky Webs aren't too big of an issue since Togekiss isn't affected and can defog them away. So here we are. Here's the leads: Alolan Persian and the Togekiss. So really nice lead for the Arizona Dactyls. Getting the type advantage anyway. So this is a parting shot Alolan Persian. I do expect it to parting shot out. I don't know. I don't think that Togekiss is a likely scarfer in this match. But I suppose it's possible. Spamming Air Slash is really nice with the Choice Scarf with the flinch possibilities. So yeah, I think Ben's play is to parting shot or hard switch into Snorlax, or even Slowbro. You don't want to get paralyzed, so maybe going Slowbro is the best play. Even Araquanid. Well, I guess not Araquanid since it's weak to the Air Slash. There's Weed Eating outside if you guys can hear that. So that's a little bit unfortunate. Of course, they're Weed Eating on the day of the International Draft Masters Season 4 Finals. So yeah, he does go for the parting shot here. Parting shot's out into the Slowbro, so that's a fine play. As the Togekiss just goes for the Wish, so a very safe lead, very safe first turn by Volume. Let's see if he keeps it up here. So this Slowbro, like I mentioned, has Psyshock and Scald, as well as Calm Mind. I guess Calm Mind could be a play, and to start, putting in a little work actually. It doesn't really have a water switch in outside of the Zygarde, which does not appreciate Psyshock either, especially if it starts to set up, and it's obviously not doing much back to the Slowbro. This is, like I mentioned, nearly max HP, max defense with a bold nature, very, very, very fat Slowbro. You guys know how bulky Slowbro is. So the parting shot completely nullifies the special attack of Togekiss, and like I mentioned in the team matchup section, this thing is very, very Spadef. Like, it's max HP, max Spadef with a Calm Nature, so it doesn't have any special attack investment, and with a special attack drop, it's just doing 0 damage to the entire squad. And Ben makes a nice double, getting the Alolan Persian back in versus the Jirachi here. So this Jirachi is actually leftovers, and I do expect the Taunt to come out here. I do expect Taunt. I don't think Z Taunt does anything specific. I'm not real sure what Z Taunt does actually. We're actually about to find out what Z Taunt does. We know that Taunt is really interesting. It doesn't affect Z moves, so if you go for like a Z status move, it's unstoppable. And he actually goes for the knockoff instead of the Taunt, so that threw me off guard a little bit. I definitely expected him to taunt there, but he goes for the knockoff, gets rid of the Jirachi's leftovers as the Jirachi gets up Stealth Rocks. So those Stealth Rocks are going to be really nice, shipping down Tornadus, wearing this Regenerator out, and to break potential Focus Sashes. Obviously, Ben, we went over Ben's team. Ben doesn't have any Focus Sashes, but it's just, you know, the thought that counts, I suppose. Life Orb, or excuse me, Focus Sash Arachnid's pretty common, I suppose. So this Jirachi did lose its leftovers, but it still has, you know, quite a bit of HP left, or percentage anyway. So it's not necessarily in a bad position here. And he does taunt on this turn as Jirachi just U-turns out. Really, really unfortunate. Really, really unfortunate for Ben there, as he could have taunted the following turn and then knocked off. I think that would have been, or taunted the first turn, then knocked off on the following turn. Would have been the best series of plays there. However, it doesn't lose him too much, except Stealth Rock's becoming on field. And now in comes the bunny. In comes the bunny. And this is a workup Megalopony. This matchup specifically right here is like Megalopony's looking really, really solid here. This is a Z move Alolan Persian, so there's no way it's taking a high jump kick. And once the Slowbro's weakened, the Megalopony's in a fantastic position. So volume goes for the Drain Punch, perhaps expecting the Slowbro to come out, and Ben goes for the Parting Shot. Brings out the Bug. So, yeah, I definitely 100% expect the Megalopony to switch out with its attack dropped. And this thing did just get up Sticky Web. So Togekiss is kind of forced to defog now. And that gets rid of rocks for Ben as well. So that's a really nice play there, bringing its Arachnid in and getting Sticky Webs up, forcing the defog from his position, forcing his opponent to defog for him, or otherwise deal with Sticky Webs, which I think Ben would rather deal with rocks more than Volume would want to deal with Sticky Webs. And this Arachnid just outpaced Togekiss. Oh, so Z Taunt does actually raise your attack. So had he went for the Z Taunt on Jirachi, prevented Stealth Rocks, and got an attack boost, and then went for the knockoff, would have been fired. Of course, I don't know if that's why he has the Darkinium Z. It could be for knockoff, or even Parting Shot. Arachnid drops Togekiss from this range. I'm not exactly sure what the holdup on this play is. I think the Togekiss's play is to probably switch out into... Actually, I think if Togekiss doesn't spam defog, Ben ends up with webs. So Volume's play is to defog here. The play is to spam defog on Volume's end, because if he does anything other than defog, he's going to get knocked out. Or webs are going to get up, and then he's going to get knocked out anyway. Alright, so in comes the Zygarde finally. And this thing, I'm sure, is going to coil immediately. The Slowbro actually doesn't have Ice Beam either. Actually, this thing has Icy Wind. This Araquanid has Icy Wind. And oh yeah, this Zygarde's Yachi as well. Very, very interesting to see what happens here. I do think the Zygarde has to click Outrage, otherwise risk this thing getting webs up or it having Icy Wind. I'm not sure if you exactly expect Icy Wind on an Araquanid, even if you have Zygarde though. So he may skip that kind of thought process, and he may just go straight for the Dragonites or the Coil, expecting this thing to, at worst, get webs back up, which wouldn't be completely terrible at this point. No, I mean, if you're trying to win with Zygarde, that is. Checkmate does not have his Florges or his Aegislash. I just realized that Aegislash was left on the bench for the finals. Should have dropped that in the chat. But yeah, just realized that Aegislash was left on the bench. Fair reason, though. I mean, Mega Lopunny blew through it, Zygarde blew through it, Tyranitar blew through it, Oil Marowak could blow through it. Or potentially burn it with Will Wisp, or even sub up on a King Shield or something like that. Really, really scary there. Jirachi with Serene Grace can blow through it as well. So both players thinking about their play significantly here. We've got some spectators for the match now, in order, not in order of how they joined, but in order of the 8 users it shows. First 2 users obviously being the 2 players, the Arizona Dactyls and Checkmate 83-97. We have Big Tote 12345, who is Ginger from the NMBL and PBF, or formerly from the PBF anyway. We got Oin here, who is also from the iDM, lost to the Arizona Dactyls in the semifinals. Kirby missed out on playoffs this season because of a bad system on my part. Apologies for that. We've got Sebi here, OP Dragonite. He is not participating in the iDM anymore, but he is a 3-time PBF champion, a MLB champion, I believe, D-League for sure. I think he's on his way to a Major League title there as well as a couple ITL finals appearances, and I believe at least one ITL finals win. So this guy's got quite the resume underneath him, not to mention one of the best VGC players that I know. We've got the Slacking Doctor here as well, and then of course ZAMCRO YouTube, who is me, I am. So the Zygarde did decide to coil up, and the Slowbro's here. Now, despite not taking any damage from the Zygarde, it also can do no damage back unless it gets the Scald Burn, which would be super duper unfortunate for the Arizona Dactyls. Truth be told though, man got a Suicune Scald Burn versus my Mega Mawile, which completely influenced our game in the quarterfinals, so I hope Slowbro burns him. Nah, I'm kidding. Curtis Smith just joined the match here. So the Zygarde switches out into the Tyranitar and gets burned. Oh my goodness. Reveals no Ice Beam. I'm pretty sure that confirms that Ben doesn't have Ice Beam on the Slowbro there. Pretty sure that confirms it. Logan goes for the taunt there, taunting as the Alolan Persian comes in. So now the Alolan Persian can't taunt, and it can't parting shot either, I don't believe. Does not have any coverage for this thing though. Tyranitar actually has coverage for this this Alolan Persian though with the low kick, I believe. It also hits the Snorlax. So Z parting shot. I thought about it as soon as he did that. That's crazy. You guys heard me. Like as soon as that started happening, like it just struck me in the face. Like Z parting shot. He can return a Pokemon back to full health with that. Was that not correct? This Arachnid. So that was fantastic. That was fantastic. I didn't expect that, and definitely like thought one. Like I forgot about that. I forgot about the Z parting shot and how it works. But yeah, I was thinking about how something could get health back now that the Alolan Persian is weakened, and how that he could still do something with the parting shot, thanks to the Z breaking through taunt as he was taunted. And initially I said that he couldn't parting shot, and then I remember, like it struck me as soon as he clicked the Z move. I'm gonna have to go back and look at how how it happened on screen as I was talking and seeing how like that matches up, because that felt crazy. That was a crit. I'm sure. No, that does not knock out because. Yeah, Tyranitar's burned, so that crit definitely mattered. So I think the course of play, or the course of action here, is to go into the Infernape. The game is 5-5 though. Keys to victory after turn 13. So, I believe Infernape puts in a ton of work at this point. Unfortunately, I think its moveset has nothing for the Alolan Marowak. It does not. Once Alolan Marowak goes down, this Infernape can win with its coverage. Well, no, it needs more damage on Zygarde as well. So maybe Infernape's not the wave. The Snorlax, if the Snorlax set works, oh my god, he's bringing it in right now. If the Snorlax set works, oh my goodness. There it was. Belly drum +2 speed. You got the salad +2 or +1 at the speed, and then the sticky web as well, and +4 attack. I think that's game. I think that's game. I was sitting there talking about keys to victory. I was getting ready to start talking about Snorlax, and in it comes. So this is a jolly natured max attack with 232 EVs and speed. Snorlax with 4 HP and 20 defense, return, earthquake, protect, and belly drum. This Megalopunny does not have fake out either. It has work up, drain punch, high jump kick, and return. This is fantastic here. Return, or excuse me, return should knock this Megalopunny out from this range. I think that's game. Yep. The Zygarde just drops from full. I'm 100% sure Jirachi drops from Earthquake here, no matter how bulky it was. I believe it was Sassy Natured, though. Max HP, but with a Sassy Nature. Now the Alola Marowak comes in, and this thing drops. Good game to both. Good game. That Snorlax was extremely overpowered. Ben's been wanting to use something like this on his Snorlax for a while, and Ben is one of the most creative players I've played against. Definitely one of the better guys in the community. Absolutely, what's the word? Radiates zero toxic personality or anything like that. He's 100% nice guy. Tries to, his best if he commits to a league to get his games done whenever, as soon as possible and things like that. And like I said, very fantastic builder, great player. Definitely was glad to have him in the iDM this season. So congratulations to him. Congratulations to our runner-up, the Arizona Dactyls, coached by Volume, who had a turnaround season, going from 0-4 to facing Ben in the finals here. Very good game to both. Was excited to see, and this Snorlax set was fucking fire. But yeah, that's gonna be it. So let me know what you guys thought about the prep and the plays on both sides of the field. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, all the good stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.